people on our stairs this Sabbath morning. Thank you so much, everyone, for the money you've given for Pathfinders. Oh, there's more. I'd like you to think about a text from the Bible right now. It says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Why do you suppose I picked that text? Does anyone know what book of the Bible that text comes from? Exodus 20:12. It's part of the Ten Commandments. So do you think it's pretty important to God to give us a text that tells us to honor our parents? I think so too. Today we're especially honoring our mothers, and I have a picture of mine. I'm not sure how old she was in this picture. She only lived to be 35. She was very sick when I was little. She died when I was 5. I didn't know if I was going to tell you that or not, and I don't mean to tell you that to make you sad, because I saw God's will in my life as the years went by. But this picture is displayed in my house, and I have several of them. And on Mother's Day, I get a little bit weepy. But what I just want to tell you that is that life is uncertain sometimes. And what I want to ask you is, how do you tell your mother that you love her? There's many, many ways. Anybody have a hand? What are you going to do tomorrow, or what have you been thinking of all this week? What are you going to do to let your mother know how much you appreciate her and love her? Okay, Violet or Elizabeth, whichever wants to go first. Try to speak up because you're a long ways away. You're going to give your mother a card. Have you done some artwork on this card? Okay. Anyone else have something that you could do for her to make life a little bit easier for her? Take her out for breakfast. Let her get a break from cooking. Speaking of cooking, how many of you have a very favorite food that your mother makes for you? Okay. Pardon me, say again. Burritos, okay. Do you know that I don't even know what my mother liked to make? I don't know what her favorite food was. So, what I'd like you to do this Mother's Day tomorrow is I'd like you to ask her some questions that you don't think you really have the answer to. You know, like maybe how she met your dad, and other favorite things of hers, because that's going to come in handy as the years go by. And not only as you're getting older, but as she's getting older. So, wow. I can just tell you that even after all of these years, I don't love her any less than I did when I was 5 years old or less. But I don't know if I appreciated her enough. So this is short and simple, short and sweet. Just make sure that without a doubt, before she goes to bed, in several ways that you possibly can, do something for her, give her a big hug and tell her how much you just love her, that you think of all the times that you've been sick and that she stayed up at night to make sure you had your medicine every few hours. I remember that with my stepmother. She was wonderful, and she knew I'd lost my mother 4 years before. So I got sick a couple of times, and I could always count on her waking me up, making sure I had a drink of water or juice, making sure that I had my medicine so that I could get well. There's just so many ways. So can I have a unanimous show of hands that you're assuring me that you're going to let your mother know in many ways how much you care for her and love her, appreciate the things she does for you? Okay, I don't want to have to just count one or two hands. I want a unanimous show of hands. Everybody. Anybody out there that still has a parent alive, please tell me by a show of hands that you're going to tell them how much you care. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. All right, you may go back to your seats. Oh, I believe Pathfinders are going to help. Someone, okay, our band. Someone is going to help pass out these beautiful yellow roses.
Kids, come